Hey everyone, and welcome to this training on your one-page journal. So your one-page journal is going to look pretty similar to this. It's going to be the 12 key formula for 60-second embodied enlightenment. Yes, one-page journal for raising, maintaining, and embodying your higher vibration. Your audio masterclass generally would be here. I might have moved it around a bit by the time that you're accessing this or upgraded it, but this is where you will come. And this page is it, my friends, for accessing your higher timelines, for raising your vibration, for clarifying, for purging, for being honest with yourself, for really being honest with yourself. No matter whether it's low or high you want to get to, come to this page and we're going to do a couple of examples of when you're feeling low. And then we're going to do a couple of examples of when you're feeling high, but you want more. Okay, so we'll use a low example for now. And this page saves everything you write, and then you can come back to it and review it, look at it, reflect, upgrade it, delete it, start again. And that's what I use it for every single time I need it. I might use it 10 times a day just to get out what's going in my head and come back into my heart. So let's use it now. Why I come here in this now moment. Let's say we're worrying about what to do next. Yeah, let's just say we're worrying, overthinking, analyzing. Yeah, and you're just like, oh, I don't want to feel this way. Okay, so what feels like your ultimate goal in this now moment? Ultimate goal, let's say enlightenment, freedom, abundance, joy, happiness, peace on earth, humanity, freed from suffering. And that feels like a really beautiful goal, but a big goal, and that's probably why you're worrying what's next. So what's distracting you? Maybe news, maybe old paradigm relationships. Maybe you're distracting yourself by eating or putting off healthy choices. What's distracting you? Worrying, comparing, speak from our own, comparing myself, because this would be you writing it, comparing myself to others, looking at what others have and feeling low and confused. So here you'll see now that we're getting into the higher and the lower. So what do you hear from old paradigm narratives, colleagues, family, friends, and then inspirational guides and other coaches? So what do you hear outside yourself regarding your goal? Maybe like the world's ending, humanity's being enslaved, news, propaganda, old kind of thoughts from kind of old paradigm friends saying I can't do it, or I should be prioritizing other stuff, like doing stuff rather than going with him. And then what do you hear from inspirational guides and other coaches? That enlightenment is right there now within you, that there is nothing more important than this, that humanity's freedom is your entire life purpose. Yeah, so yeah, it can feel confusing because you've got two different things, but this is just an example where your consciousness will actually be clarifying to itself what it actually came here for. So what do you do and what could you do to achieve this? So you want freedom for humanity and you want enlightenment, but what do you do? Maybe you smoke, maybe you eat, maybe you feel like giving up, maybe you start doing more research on business and soul work and listening to others. But then let's take it higher. Maybe you meditate, maybe you go for a walk and just clear your mind, take a bath, maybe you sit in gratitude, maybe you bless some water and drink it in ceremony, maybe you just stare at the sky. Yeah, all these beautiful things where you can say, what could I do to achieve my enlightenment, peace on earth right now? Be peace on earth. Be my enlightened presence. Yeah. What do you say to yourself? And obviously look at all these hints here are the words, language, and beliefs you hold within, helping you achieve your goal. So this is for you to have that deep purging reflection. This is why it's such a potent tool for anyone on their path at any stage of their spiritual awakening, as well as their embodiment, and at any time of the day, whether it's low or high. So what do you say and what could you do? Maybe you say, this is too tough. Maybe you say, I don't have the money or the guide or coach. Maybe you say, my job sucks and I feel trapped. Maybe you say, I don't have enough time. Maybe you say, I don't have the energy. Yeah. But then what could you say? journey is incredible. This journey is so exciting. I love my life. I love the opportunities for expansion. I love incremental steps, that you're not feeling overwhelmed, that you need everything. I will manifest everything I need. I have manifested everything I need. I can have a coach. I can have a spiritual business inspiring people. I know humanity is already freed if I believe I am, for I am that. What do you see and what could you imagine instead to achieve this? What do you see from old paradigm narratives and your friends and inspirational guides? Again, we'll go lower, higher. What do they see versus what you want to perceive? And as I say, this can go as deep as possible. Maybe you're channeling God's source and you're like going in the quantum realms. Great. Maybe you're sitting there feeling absolutely depressed and reading your first yoga sutra. Great. Yeah, great. Because this is all what this is for. So what do you see? Maybe you see propaganda, and forgive my spelling, so I'm not trying to spell it. Propaganda. Maybe you see others angry. Maybe you see your family confused. Maybe you see your friends fighting. Maybe you see yourself giving up. Yeah, maybe you see yourself taking not misaligned, but let's say lower loving actions. Then what do you see from guides? You know, manifesting wealth, freedom, travel. What do you see them accessing their multi-dimensional self? What do we see? Connections, global unity, music, you know, podcasts, leadership, leaders rising, conscious, divine, feminine leaders everywhere. Yeah. So what do you see? You do see changes. Even if you feel low in this moment and worried about what you're doing next, you do see the positives. So there's something to hold on to through this process. So the pains. List the pains, resistance, self-denial, self-created limitations. What are your fears, frustrations, and anxiety with this goal? So you want to know what to do next to achieve enlightenment and freedom on earth. You want to know. So what are the pains? That you might feel, I am just one person. I don't yet have the connections. I don't yet have the tech skills to maybe start an online business, you know, start an online spiritual business to help others. I don't even understand it all. I don't even feel enlightened. I feel confused and alone. You know, maybe all these things are coming up. They're the pains, really list them. I'm scared I have no money or something like that. I feel judged. Really hold yourself there and then say, what do you stand to gain from achieving enlightenment? Freedom, bliss, joy, abundance, laughter, unity, community, soul family, friends, you know, travel, multi-dimensional realms of existence, truth, source connection, restored. And you might have family, you might say, okay, if it's for like the whole of humanity, like, how can we say, like, we've co-created history, you know, complete social reform, revolution. You know, at that point, you're like, yeah, you know, freedom from any suffering for any next generation ever, including ourselves, right? So I hope by now you're like, you know, as you've gone through, you're like, yeah, do you know what? It's kind of worth not giving up. All of that, you know, this is just like lower conscious, lower feeling, low vibration. And this is just so worth it. And then, my friend, you get to the 12 keys. Now that you focus on your goal, declare the 12 key mantras to experience your high vibrational state in 60 seconds. Now, these are obviously taught in the framework PDF that come with the program and also in the audio masterclass. So this is just that you'll have all of that education, and then you can implement them. So the keys: I am love, I am limitless choice, I'm excitement, I am vibration, I am light, I am oneness, I am self-enlightened, I am the observer, I am neutral, I am ascended beliefs, I am bliss, I am the eyes of source. Now within this, and I believe that the DNA activations, they might have been the order form bump, and hopefully you've all purchased that, or it might have come out with it as a pre-release. But in those DNA activations, that's where you really activate that 60-second understanding of like the quantum etheric DNA upgrades in your cells. Because when you believe what you're saying, when you're saying what you want to be, your cells will believe whatever you tell them. So you've been like, I am the eyes of source. It's like you then get to see through the perspective of source, of saying this is all beautiful. Your enlightenment process is clearly your priority. And then you can lose the worry, lose the overthinking of what to do next by going through those 12 keys and being like, I am all those things. I'm all good. And then down here, by now, I've probably added a few more reflections for you to access. But you would then come down here, so key 1, I am love, the desire to love yourself. At that point, when you're like, my gains are more than my pains, you'd realize that all of the breakdown was to get you this amazing breakthrough again, the desire to love yourself. So you're like, oh, okay, I was worrying and overthinking because I ultimately desired to love myself more. I actually want an enlightened, free, abundant species that have escaped enslavement. So clearly, instead of feeling down about it, I'm like, wow, I was getting down because I actually want love in my life. So then you can perceive any higher options available to take them. So might say, if you're worrying and overthinking, you might put on some high vibe music and just dance around and not do anything. There you go. So you just say that to yourself. You can say, cool, that's what I'm going to do. You might say, instead of worrying, I'm going to think about the beautiful future I am co-creating. Yeah. Instead of that, I'm going to perceive all the beautiful things in nature. Desire to love yourself. I'm going to have a bath. Okay, so you really just process with yourself to say, I'm going to do these things right now, and therefore I'm not going to be worrying and overthinking. Then obviously you realize, obviously from the training, you realize that how limitless choice is. So anything you could do to love yourself, you'd be like, okay, I could just make a cup of tea, let's say, for example, or I could just say, I love myself. I could just say, I love all others. And this is where those DNA activations really come in. Yeah. But then the limitless choice, you realize from that, you're like, oh my gosh, I could say that I love myself in any moment. Yeah. And then you realize obviously limitless choice, and that's in the training. But that now, perceive how limitless choice is and explore it. But you could be like, I could go and tell a stranger I love them. I could write a post saying I love everything about life. I could write an email to a stranger saying I am proud of them, whatever, yeah? I could dance in the streets. I could do anything, okay? And now you see obviously how the 12 keys works. Perceive how self-generated excitement feels. How's that going to feel when you're like, I could do anything? And you realize you're like, oh my gosh, I could actually create the reality that I want through aspiring to reach my goal more than be limited and trapped in apparently the illusion of me failing in that goal. So then the fact you're like, I have limitless choice, and you're just very excited at that point. You're like, okay, perceive how it feels juicy, it feels exhilarating. It feels weird. It feels wild. It feels great. Yeah. And then you're going to go through your keys. But obviously, you've got all of your training in your manual. Perceive the difference in your vibration. Perceive everything as light. Perceive everything as all as one. Perceive you actually came for self-enlightenment and you have no judgment and blame on anyone else not telling you that this is your purpose, because your purpose was to realize that this was your purpose by yourself, by observing everything that didn't feel right. Observe how you can observe. Reflect on how you can observe. Perceive how your reactions could change by being neutral. Perceive all the juicy beliefs you could upgrade. Perceive how blissful your state can feel once going through these 11 keys. Perceive yourself as source. So that's how you'd use the one-page journal. And obviously then once you've gone through those journals at the bottom, you're like, I am love. I am limitless choice. I am excitement. I am vibration. I am light. I am oneness. I am something light. I am the observer. I am neutral. I am ascending being. I am bliss. I am the eyes of freaking source. And then from that vibration, you will then take the aligned, inspired actions that your soul is going to channel into you for them what to do. So then you come up here and you're like worrying about what to do next, overthinking, analyzing. I actually just needed to come to my one-page journal. That was what I needed to do next. Yes. You see how it flows? You see how it flows? Okay, so let's use an example where you're feeling high vibe. I come here in this now moment because I'm so happy to be on the path. Okay, cool. So what feels like your ultimate goal? Probably similar, but let's say maintain this happiness. Let's just say, for example, what is distracting you from now? Old beliefs telling me I won't, we're just playing with this. What do you hear outside yourself? Might hear from an old paradigm. Life is hard. Life has to go down before you go up, all that kind of stuff. What do you hear from inspirational guides? Coach is actually teaching neutrality. So even like happiness is kind of one stage of the journey. So you're already deepening your awareness to say, oh, I am on the master's path, even though I feel so happy that I'm on the path. What are actually guides telling me? They're telling me that there's more. There's more, which is again bringing you into your mastery state. So what could you do, and what do you do, and what do you? So what do I do to feel happy? Maybe you just meditated, maybe you just listened to the trees. Maybe you sat and reflected on how magical life is. And what could you do? So saying you say, I want to remain happy, but other guides are saying that you're here to remain neutral. What could you do? Deepen your practice of gratitude for the now moment and allow no insistence on what comes next, other than feeling gratitude for the happiness you raise yourself to feel, right? Maybe unlearn more judgment and, learn. I'll say learn, but we mean like remember more non-judgment, neutrality, yeah? You see how it expands you? So you're like, oh, even when I'm happy, I'm like, oh, there's more. This is so juicy, beautiful. Okay, so what do you say? Let's say I'm a positive person. I'm the love light of earth. I am constantly in joy. What could you say? You could upgrade it and be like, I am source, no matter what. You see what I'm saying? It kind of like alchemizes the frequency to be like, I'm so happy. And then you're just like in this deep humbleness of like, I'm the eyes of source no matter what, which then alchemizes the happiness so that if you then feel sad, you don't go on this kind of like dopamine, hormonal, chemical frenzy of like, oh, I was so happy yesterday and now I'm so sad. If you alchemize it in this moment, so I'm source no matter what, your happiness is like this chill, bigger, amplified vortex of energy, because source is neutral. Source is happy if you realize your source, even if you realize your source through the dark. Source is like, yay, you remembered your source, that's great. So it's not necessarily like this happiness thing, but you see how it focuses your mastery. So what do you see and what could you imagine? So you could say, I see people successful, manifesting their wealth, and sharing their teachings, you know, because you're feeling really happy. You can see unity, the nature abundance, see friends exploring their consciousness, you know, amazing. What could you imagine instead to achieve this, to achieve happiness and maintain happiness? You could say you see everyone exploring their consciousness, you know, as a dark or light. You could say everything is perfect. Everyone is exactly where they need to be. Amazing, yeah? So you're, again, releasing judgment of dark or light. You're coming into 0 point of oneness. So pains to achieving constant happiness. Okay, maybe I've got work tomorrow and I don't yet love it. Or I'm still employed by some douchebag, let's just say that. Maybe your colleagues are all quite downer and not solution focused, like instead they're problem focused. So you maintaining happiness, you kind of feel is going to be difficult. Maybe your family always bring you down, you know. Maybe your bank balance brings you down. Maybe caring for your child is difficult sometimes. Okay, so they're all the things that pains of achieving constant happiness. It's like, cool, so the gains of achieving constant happiness, but let's say neutrality, because you've upgraded it already in your process. What do you stand from achieving this goal of being happy? A maintained vibration. Let's say high vibration, higher vibrational state. You get to assist others in their paths. And I don't like to say problems here, because problems is kind of like, we're teaching that your problem, if you notice you've got a problem, then you've got a solution in that very moment if you've got this path, because you realize that by noticing a problem, you're actually being activated to find a solution. It's just that lower conscious people are just focused on maintaining a problem instead of seeking a solution and then highlighting how amazing it is to have a problem to be able to seek a solution because you're so conscious. It's just like, wow, the fact I can even notice that something doesn't feel right means I could, in theory, choose to do something about it. Beautiful, right? So gains of achieving a constant happiness is that enjoy your relationships, you know, enjoy this life, you know, access new ideas from your soul. Follow your intuitive guidance to keep finding happy moments, like experiences, people, places, and call these like synchronicities. I know I'm spelling it all wrong. Gains of achieving, let's say let's upgrade it to neutral. Gains of achieving neutral is enlightenment state, not rocked by external situations, unshakableness, you know, and teach others the exact formula you embody. You know, that's worth it, isn't it? You know, assist my family. And what are all these saying? Okay, maybe you manifest a new job. Yippee! Yeah, so like that's great. That's like kind of the lower conscious. Thank you for getting us to be aware of the problem. And then this is like, oh, this looks really good. I'm going to do my path. So you're feeling happy and you're like, cool, I'm love, I'm limitless choice, I'm excitement, I'm vibration, I'm light, I'm oneness, I'm self-enlightened, I'm observer, I'm neutral, I'm ascending bliss, I'm bliss, I'm the eyes of souls. I am, girl. Now, let's have a look at these. To do, so you're feeling happy. Isn't that nice? You can do different colors and stuff. So the desire to love myself more, perceive any high options available now. Like, let's just say, like, if you're feeling happy, you're probably like ecstatic dance, send someone a beautiful happy text, you know, write an incredible post. And to expand that neutral, maybe meditate, take a deeper meditation journey. Maybe even a DNA activation, like an intentional channeled piece. Maybe you would invest in yourself further with someone more advanced, you know, really activate yourself to be like, I'm ready, babe. you see here, obviously, you can change the colors, which is really handy, but I'm going to delete these at the moment because we're going to finish this. And then again, so you're like, oh my gosh, I've got limitless choice when I'm happy. I've got limitless choice. I can, maybe you book a dance class. See where you're looking at these ones over here. Desire to love yourself more. Book a dance class. Buy an album. You know, find a new musician for free. YouTube. Send them a thank you email. You know, like just spread the love. Write an incredible post. You know, that's just limitless. Take a deep meditative journey. Invest in yourself. You know, ask others who coaches them. Maybe you put some money into a new savings account, whatever, you know, savings account. Limitless choice. Everything you realize that you can perceive that you could possibly do. You could paint your nails. With the word awakened. Yeah. And how exciting does it feel? Again, like this is probably similar here. It feels great, it feels weird, it feels wild, it feels exhilarating, it feels juicy. But let's say that you were perceiving, just as an example, perceiving that you were, the desire to love yourself more is to come into neutral. Let's say that we like really grasp that the journey is, I mean, I want to say eternal, but like deeper, you know, profound, hold reverence, expansive, like never ending, kind of, but in a good way, like limitless. Yeah. And then let's perceive in reflection to that, to really make it this like sacred experience. Perceive how limitless inner choice is, that input my entire reality is based off of what I reflect on from within. Therefore, I can be as sacred and in reverence in every moment. Like, even for a dog poo, I can be like, wow, it's God's creation. Yeah, like you, it's then you're like, I have the entire world at my feet as a sacred blessing if I now choose it. Yeah, sexy. So then let's see for that, for neutral, how excited you feel. I feel like a goddess. I feel like a sacred mother. I feel so blessed, so loved, so, you know, present, you know, so that excitement actually feels deeper. Yeah, it feels so divine. Yeah, divine. And then again, go through these keys. So let's use it one. Perceive the difference in your body when viewing others and items as cellular vibrational forms. So you're like, the difference, I used to think they were separate to me and I would not be happy for others' success. Now I understand whatever is good for another benefits me vibrationally. We're all here for vibrational embodiment. Like, wow. Yeah. And then you go through these again. So then let's go up to it. So then you're feeling like more neutral. So then instead you're like, I am love. Love is neutral. Love is neutral. Love a dog poo or love a jet. Someone could say, oh, that jet's polluting the world. Someone could say, oh, that dog poo is making the pavement dirty. It's just like, I am love no matter what. I perceive it as neutral, as in it's all beautiful. I am limitless choice in neutral. And even let's use what you would have said, happiness. I am love and I'm so happy about that. I'm limitless choice. I'm even happy about that. I'm excitement, I'm even happy about that. I'm vibration, I'm even happy. I'm light, I'm even happy. I'm oneness. How happy am I? I'm self-enlightened. How happy am I? I'm the observer of life rather than being fooled into the illusion. How happy am I? I'm neutral. How happy am I? I'm ascended beliefs. I can change my beliefs in any moment. Oh, how happy am I? I'm bliss. How happy am I? I'm the eyes of source. How happy am I? Yeah. And then I really want to do this one because I think this might help a lot of people. Okay, so why I come in this now moment. Now, this is to show you how deep your beliefs can be transcended no matter what they are. And I'm going to use a version of smoking, or for example, like eating sugary food and, judging ourselves like this, okay? So what feels like your maybe say addiction free, purified body, super conscious health. Nah, in a good way, like maybe you just want to be that like total one that says, I've done it, I've got there. Okay. So what is distraction in this high moment? Let's just say old programs, inner child, like whatever happened to you in childhood, like your coping mechanisms, comfort, it's fine. Indulgence, Lemurian, how do they describe it? They just want like kind of, how do you say, lavishness in every moment, because addiction is obviously giving us highs. We want highs. So what's distracting us? Let's just say lower my own judgment that these substances are lower vibrational highs, and I want higher highs. Okay, so what do you hear yourselves? Smoking kills, obesity, addiction, can't ascend whilst using stuff like this. I'm a bad person, not a full leader, adding pollution, harming the body, like all this kind of stuff. Yeah, but then what do you hear from other people? Non-judgment, self-acceptance, all is one. You are always God, always ascending, here for a physical transcending experience. You have time. This is the journey. Purging is how you do it. Reflecting is how you purge. Holding yourself back, like when it's too intensely, is more difficult than actually hitting. As in, you hear, like hopefully you've heard that from some guides, like use what you need to maintain a vibration. Beliefs change. Beliefs are more powerful than any substance. So guys, there's all interesting things. So what do you do? Maybe you judge yourself. What do we say? Kind of like flagellate yourself. I know I'm very guilty of doing that. Flagellate, punish yourself. So, what do you do? Maybe you binge eat or binge smoke, or yeah, that's about right, isn't it? What could you do? You could say, I will have 5 biscuits. I'll have 5 smokes. I don't mean limit yourself. I mean, like, let's say limits. It's interesting to say that, limit ourselves, because obviously we're here to embody limitlessness. Yeah. So limit ourselves. So in a different way, rather than limit, we can say like comfort, guide, upgrade. But I like guide. Yeah, guide ourselves to new experiences, new routines. So what do you say? What do you say? A bad person. I will never give up. I'm addicted, or something like that. Yeah. What could you say? You'd say, I am always in the moment of now, following my highest passion. I am free. I'm enlightened. I'm God's source. I can do, be, and have it all. Whatever you want, because no one's here to say what's wrong or what's bad. Beliefs are more powerful than any substance. That includes the vaccine. If you believe you're going to get sick from it, you'll get sick. If you don't believe you're not going to get sick, you won't get sick. It's that powerful. Like, that's what we're stepping into, our mastery power, to say that all of the opportunities given to us with this like agenda is to ask you to say, well, what do you believe? Do you believe the world's out to get you and you're a victim? Or do you believe the world's out to get you, to offer you an opportunity to activate yourself, to say, I don't think that feels very clever to think the world's out to get me. You know, there's all this to play with it. So what could you say? You can say, I smoke and eat biscuits because I can. Because I am loved eternally. Because I know I am on the path. I'm ready to surrender to my success. I am aware I am choosing these actions. I am not addicted. I am choosing to play the game, baby. Yeah, you will stop all that at one point, because it's like, if they weren't sold, they wouldn't be eaten. Like, it's one of them things. You're just like, oh, at one point they're not going to be here. I just get to decide what I want to do with it while they're here. What do you see and what could you see? So maybe you see people smoking and eating everywhere. Maybe you see people saying bad. Maybe you see adverts everywhere tempting you, and movies with smokers in. Yeah. What could you imagine instead to achieve? You could imagine yourself, you know, if you really wanted to quit, if that was your intention with this, but you really wanted to just accept yourself. You can imagine yourself in pure acceptance, pure non-judgment, because this is more powerful than quitting what you think you should quit because it's bad for you. You not judging yourself is the process. That's the power. That's the point. You're not judging yourself. So if you stop judging yourself, that's how you can actually let go of things. If you try and let go of things because you think it's bad, the vibration in ascended earth is off. She's like, there's nothing bad here, bitch. There's nothing bad here. So you're going to make it really, really hard for yourself to quit based on that something's bad, because nothing's bad. So you're actually creating this template of an illusion. So you can't quit because you're basically saying something that's invisible is bad. Something that doesn't exist is bad. So you're hooked into this program of something that's not actually there, meaning how can you escape something that's not actually there? You're like kind of stood in the corner going, help me, I'm stuck, I can't get out anywhere. And they're like, turn around, there's a whole freaking world there. But you're just facing this like illusionary trap. So then instead, when you come into non-judgment, it's very easy because you're like, I don't even judge myself. No matter if I eat a biscuit, I have a cigarette. And then it's easier to step away from that because you're in a truer position. You're in a truer experience that Gaia's like, now I can show you this other thing over here that would interest you more, rather than sitting down having half a pack of biscuits. Yeah, so you're coming into alignment with truth. So what could you imagine? Imagine, you know, I don't know, no sugar on earth. I don't know, something you decide. Yeah, this is obviously what would I do? I'd imagine no shit. I'd imagine fresh trees, fruits, vegetables everywhere grown, and fire pits everywhere. So that's all we wanted to eat. And like, smoke was established as ceremonial and shops didn't sell it. And I realized, and I found my passion was in sewing instead of smoking, whatever. And you just imagine it. Lovely. Pains. Okay, you can say addiction, boredom, or, you know, snacking. There's usually something attached to a phone. Like when I'd go for a roll up, it would be with my phone. It'd be like, oh, 2 birds, 1 stone, like my time to do something. So like, let's say attachment to routines, rhythms, you know, maybe at work, smoke break, all that kind of stuff. Socializing, God, all of the programming, everything. Maybe money, you know, with sugary snacks, sugar snacks cheaper, you know, all that kind of stuff. Let's say gains of achieving this: freedom from the illusion that I am an addict. Freedom from spending my human existence using outdated tools, if that's what you call them. I'm not calling them outdated. I'm just saying that, like, maybe I'd say that, like, oh, you know, I want new stuff, new, I'm gonna say addictions, because it is, like, say I had a jet ski, maybe I'll be addicted to that, and I'll be like, I really need to stop using my jet ski because there's loads of oil in it and I'm polluting the ocean. Do you see what I'm saying? It just goes bigger and bigger and further and further. Like, that's why you just got to get into non-judgment, you know, because you can sit there all day judging everything. You can say you've got a house with plastic doors and metal windows, or they're going to be on the planet, polluting the planet for 1,000 years. It's like, it's so much deeper than that. There is nothing wrong anywhere. Gaia is absolutely fine. She's absolutely fine. There's no such thing even as pollution. That might throw you off a bit, but that's for deeper teachings. I want new stuff, new addictions, gains of achieving this. Freedom from, let's say, time wasting. There's no such thing as time wasting, but I would, let's update that. I would spend my time doing the things I actually want to do. I would be able to say, I did it. Ah, lovely, yeah. I would show others how to walk that path. How exciting would that feel? Yes, that's just beautiful. So in terms of addictions, in terms of using things, we could say, look, this is like about forgiveness and surrendering and acceptance, self-acceptance, non-judgment, and the path being so much further than we would automatically perceive it would be. Like, you shouldn't smoke. It's nothing like that. You shouldn't eat sugar. It's nothing like that. It's a sovereign choice in that moment to guide you to a state of safety, comfort, love, self-acceptance, non-judgment by using that tool and using that substance to give you a high, and then after it realizing, oh, is this high sustainable? Am I going to have to buy another pack to get that high again? And then you kind of use your self-reflection, self-mastery ideas and concepts to say, I think I'm looking for a more maintained position that doesn't dip and dive or rely on external substances. Yeah. So then instead we'd be like, okay, now that I've come into that moment, I'm love. I came for this. I've realized that I was addicted. I called myself an addict. I wanted to set free because I had a desire to love myself. I realized a desire to love myself right in that moment. Let's do this instead, so that, and then we can go to the 60-second mantras. 60-second mantra, baby. Okay, so you go, perceive any high option. So the desire to love myself. I realize I smoke and eat sugar in a desire to love myself. Let's just say a lower vibrational level. I will still love. Yeah, everything's love. Everything's love. So the fact there's a biscuit, say, okay, let's say that someone's starving, they haven't been fed in a week, and you give them a biscuit, you're going to be like, I can't believe you're eating that sugary biscuit. Do you know what I'm saying? You see how it's so non-judgment? Like, the biscuit isn't the problem. The perceived judgment and reflection on the biscuit is the problem. That's why I'm saying your beliefs can upgrade anything. That's why I was saying that you can change reality with your beliefs, because if you stop judging it, then you allow it to be its free, loving self, sovereign self that it came to be. What's wrong with sugar? You know, and I know obviously the path is to purify and not have those substances because they don't actually do any nutritional value to the human cell. I know that, but this isn't what this is about. This is about owning where you're at in this now moment and not getting into this like big, horrible judgment. I know it's wrong for me and I'm still doing it. Why am I doing it? Instead, it's coming into place and going, I know that in this moment, my highest possible perceived way that I could love myself was eating a biscuit. Fair enough. All good. Peace out. Anyone else wants to point the finger at me? Focus on your own journey. Ciao. Yeah. So desire to love yourself. So maybe you'd say, guide myself to eat half of what I was, or smoke half of what I was. Cool. And that's a step to loving myself without external substances. Cool. Desire to love myself. Instead, you might say, I am going to write a page about how many times sugar and smoke has supported me. Lovely. Smoke and sugar has got me through some of the loneliest times of my life. Thank you. So beautiful, yeah? Beautiful. So desire to love yourself. Perceive any higher options to love. Okay, so then instead you might say, okay, seeing as it's got me through some loneliness, seeing as it's supported me, how else do I get support? Oh, reach out to a guide. Yeah. Receive support, comfort in new ways. Yeah. So then limitless choice. Okay, let's get rid of these. And I hope you're really loving this and seeing how layered and profound and deep it is. Yeah, that it can go anywhere. And every time you come here, you'll be like, I'm literally getting to know myself, but I'm doing the work that a full high conscious guide would do with me on a call that would cost $100 or like tens of thousands of pounds in programs. Instead, I'm going to do it all myself here. I'm going to purge. I'm going to be the guide. I'm going to be the master. Yeah, then you help guide other people. Okay, limitless choice. Okay, thousands of guides out there, thousands of self-help videos, books. Let's say that you said that. Reach out to go receive support. Okay, so maybe you would start massaging myself. You know what they say? Like, I'm not saying soothing. I mean, is an indulgence. Like, if you're feeling like you want comfort, massage my hands myself. Maybe I do a head massage. Limitless choice. Yeah, it's limitless, obviously. How to receive support. How to receive support. Let me think how I'd receive support. I would read, I know I said book, but I would read the channel page of a book of a channel, read a page of a channel book like daily, like set up a kind of rhythm, self-support, self-comfort, let's say. Yeah, support, yeah, self-support. Make a manifestation, like monthly page. Yeah, really focus on them. Yeah, so in that moment that you'd usually have a smoke, have a biscuit, in that moment, let me feel how if I was going to have a biscuit, instead maybe I would do some breathing pranayama. And it sounds really simple to say that, but once you really want it, you'll do it. And it's okay not to want to do that. It's fine. If you're really like, oh, just keep judging myself for smoking and all this, you'll want to do something, won't you? So then instead, let's just say breathe in before you do it, before you go for a snack, breathe in 10 times in non-judgment. That's a great one. So that I can eat and smoke without lowering vibration to guilt, shame, addiction, etc. And this isn't me going, yeah, it's fine to do that and you'll be fine. I'm not saying anything about what you will or won't be. I'm saying that this master's path is about letting go of judgment, and calling in self-acceptance. So as long as you're like, say you do that and then you do it 20 times, in you'll do that for 3 days. Yeah, for 3 days. And then this, for the next 5 days, I will breathe in non-judgment and my dream life, 20 breaths before active. Are you feeling this now? So I like this. And then 7 days, 30 breaths, highest manifestations for all beings on earth. And guess what? You won't be smoking and eating as much at all. I may have even quit. Let's say surrendered instead of quit, yeah? You're feeling that one, yeah, you're liking that one. Oh, okay, to excitement. Let's leave them because they're so beautiful, but let's just say, self-led, powerful, safe, yeah, like safe, like okay, like loved, like comforted. Okay, it's all about that. It's all about the difference of what you can get into in that moment from reflecting on where you were. Yeah, then go through the process. Then let's say that you've gone through them all and you're like, I am love. No matter if I'm eating biscuits or smoking or doing pranayama, I'm love. I'm limitless choice. I have the tools within me, the ideas, the capabilities to action step small things that are higher than just doing stuff. Oh, must quit biscuits, must quit sugar. No, you must not quit anything like that. You must, if you're going to must do anything, it's work on your inner self-mastery path of these exact beliefs. Yeah, I'm limitless choice. I choose to accept myself in each moment. Someone's going, you need to do that. It's like, I choose to accept myself in this moment. I choose to accept you in this moment. Ta-ra. I'm excitement. Yeah, I'm excited that I have tools in place to change that are not physical things. We're not here to do anything. We're here to be. We're here to feel. I'm excited. I'm moving out of the old paradigm that tells me that even sugar is bad. Instead, I'm walking into ascended awareness, which is saying everything is beautiful. And now you get to choose what is more beautiful to align to you. Is biscuits the biggest thing that you'd ever want to manifest? Probably not. But when you're at the position where you don't feel that you deserve anything more than biscuits, they are the highest possible option for you. And that's very exciting. I get excited over biscuit. I do, when I'm not thinking that I deserve anything else. And that's great, because that's the highest thing available. It's you at that moment. But is that what we really want for humanity? Ultimately, is that really the whole point? Just to like accept what we have then? No. So it's exciting to know that you did follow your passion in that moment. And that means that you know that you can follow your passion because you followed it to biscuits and cigarettes. You're like, I can follow passion, mate. I can follow it. I can be addicted to anything. Now I want to be addicted to following my passion of excitement. Yeah, so all that kind of stuff. So then you'll be like, cool, I know I'm vibration. I know that if I attach these lower vibrational thoughts to sugar and cigarettes, I'm actually manifesting them and calling them and judging them and shaming them. And they're like, dude, I'm not forcing you to eat me. Yeah, stop creating this reality that apparently outside yourself is so evil and dark. You're the one picking me up, and you can say I'm a beautiful vibration, helping me comfort myself in this moment. Now I'm saying, bro, I love it. I'm light, same thing. Everything is light. I'm oneness. I'm self-enlightened. I'm the observer. I'm neutral. I'm ascended bliss. I'm best. I'm the eyes of source. Yeah. So I really hope those 3 examples have just been like, whoa, this would be beneficial for everyone and anyone at any point, anywhere, ever. How beautiful. And this is what I want the one-page journal to be shared as, that people come to and honestly use it all the time. It means you're bawling out crying, you're saying, I just want to kill myself, I just don't even think I want to be here. Trust me, you go through this formula, you're going to come out with an action step somewhere on the 12 key. You're going to find it. You're going to find your self-master somewhere in there. You're going to be like, do you know what? I can go and read a channel page in a book. I can give myself a head massage. I can do that. I can write a page about how many times sugar and smoke has supported me, and it does feel great. And it just moves you out of the illusion that you're trapped in this somehow monotonous reality, that you only have these few set formulas, like going to rehab or hiring a guide or losing entirely and getting cancer. It's just like, there's just not the case. Like every single moment is an incremental moment, allowing you to change your reality and change your timeline at each moment. It's not this one long drawn out reality where it only changes in 6 months. It changes moment by moment. And that's why I offer this 60-second embodied enlightenment, because you get used to doing this process. You're just going to whiz through it. You're going to whiz through it, raise your vibration instantly and be like, oh yeah, I forgot. I just forgot in that moment. And then when you're actually going through your life, you won't actually, like, because you would have embodied this so much, you in your own mind will go, why did I come here in this now moment? You won't even be using the one-page journal. You know, this is about embodiment. So you're going to use this document for a while, and it's yours forever, but you're going to use it for a while, and then you're just going to become it. You're going to be like, what is distracting me in this now moment? And you'll be observing. Yeah, you go into your 12 keys. You might be observing that there's this light being, you know, your mother, your light being mother outside you, distracting you, asking you to come and do the shopping with her. And you're observing, going, is this light being really distracting me? If you were doing some like work, I don't know, maybe for your business online, you're like, is this light being that is God's source really distracting me from my enlightenment bliss moment? Maybe I am completely neutral and I see this as another equal divine moment. Hello. Yeah. Maybe you've got road rage and you're like, why did I come to this why did I even try to go to this place today and I've got road rage? And you're like, what is my ultimate goal? My ultimate goal is to actually be calm and be the shining light on earth, showing everyone that enlightenment is our purpose. What's distracting me? Driving to some stupid event. What I hear outside myself, I must go to events to socialize and network. What do? I do it. And what could I do? Listen to myself more, maybe leave earlier. Or do I say, and like, these thoughts will just come up. So then you can actually go through this process naturally, yeah, which is what obviously enlightened masters do, but then they do it in a split second because then you've embodied it. Instead of actually trying to go through the process, your neural pathways have activated and reawakened the dormant DNA pathways as well, to allow you to align to actually being this thing, where your vibration is so attuned to these 12 keys, to this formula, that you are it, that you've become it, that you're not even trying to think what's distracting me. You're already bypassing to key 12. I'm the eyes of source, and you're already embracing all those concepts at once in the only moment of now, which you already are. But we're here to remember to go through that process, to remember and reactivate what we are, to then experience it continuously without even trying. And that is the embodied enlightenment process, which we are venturing together. So access your full masterclass there. Always, it's just like a divine album. It'll be so helpful to you. And obviously the teachings go way deeper when you receive deeper trainings and coaching from me, which I hope all of you are going to uptake at some point, because this path is about unifying together, going deeper, me being able to answer your personal questions, me getting to know you, and us walking this path together. Okay, so anything that you're feeling in this training that's like brought you resistance and you're going, that's not right, I don't really agree with that. 99 good things, one bad thing, kind of let the one go, and then ask yourself through these 12 keys, is it helpful? Is it beneficial to me? Will I feel more aligned in my mastery path through these 12 keys? Yes. And the things that don't resonate with you, then just leave out. Yeah. But then obviously when you work with me at deeper levels, you can ask me one-on-one my actual thoughts on things and why I say things. And then hopefully we can move through that resistance even to that 1%, because we're venturing into a world where we don't want to actually experience conflict. We always want to come to a solution where both can see their perspectives in a non-judgmental way, and they can accept that they're all true at once. Isn't it amazing? So thank you for joining me so much on this training. I can't wait to hear all of your thoughts on the one-page journal. I can't wait for you to use it, receive all of the benefits, and let us know in our community every time you use it, every time you shift, because I just want it to be this constant flow of co-creative energy, merging and weaving webs of quantum light around Gaia and for humanity and every generation to come. I love you so much. Namaste. Mwah.